God bless you, global Christian friends, American people, government. We're back into the 11th chapter, the 10th chapter of Luke. We don't want to constrain your hearts and mind with the other teachings out there across the world, though Jesus said they must be known. I think if you want to know them further, you would call me or email me to let me know that you want to know them further about those 7 chambers, because those are the 7 chambers in heaven that's out there across the world, and there are those other chambers that are below. But I'm not going to get over into it unless the Lord send me back into it. And it may mean that my spirit has got to be clean. I don't know. I'm asking the Lord to make my spirit clean and pure so that I may be able to withstand these kinds of things, because God wants me to know, and I want to know. God wants me to know, and I do know. And God wants you to know, and I hope that you do desire to know the way that I desire to know that He showed me. And we have to, it ain't about getting rich with God. We've had great wealth, and we're thanking and praising the Lord for the great wealth that He's given us, and great wealth of knowledge, along with great wealth of riches that we have been blessed with, and we thank Him for those things that He has allowed us to be able to get involved in. Now we're going to get over into the Good Samaritan. We talked about that before, and we came down to Luke 10:30, where Jesus talked about, let's go on down, we've gone through that already. We got to 32, the Levite. 10:32, Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. But here we stopped at verse 33, Luke 10:33. That a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. That is the word right there, compassion on him, and went to him and bound up his wound, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And on the morning when he departed, he took out 2 pence, and gave them to the host, and said unto him, take care of him, and whatsoever more thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee. Now, which of these, Jesus asked the lawyer, thinkest thou that was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said in verse 37, he that showed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, go thou and do thou likewise. You can't go if you don't have compassion. You don't have compassion, you cannot do compassionate works. All right? If you do not have compassion, you cannot do compassionate works. You can never uproot what has never taken root. All right? You can never uproot what has never taken root. Fruit is the proof that there's a root. And ripe fruit is the proof of patience with perfection. It is the ripe fruit that carries the seed. Keep that in mind. If we don't understand what God is doing, let's ask God what He is doing. A lot of time we think that we understand what God is doing, but we don't understand what God is doing. And we don't have the compassion or the patience. I mean, look, what did Jesus tell you about those that were out there? About the soil, the conditions, the circumstances that was there. Everything has got to be right for the proper learning. You have to take heed how you hear. It has to sink deep down into your hearing. You have to have compassion. The Bible often said that Jesus had compassion, though many of those out there that were self-righteous didn't have compassion. They were self-righteous, but they did not have compassion. And here was this young man had compassion. And this young man had compassion. He had oil. He had wine. He had a beast. He had a heart. He had a place that he took him to. And apparently, this young man has traveled this way many a time himself and known the innkeeper, because he said, I will repay thee when I come again. All right? I will repay thee when I come again. And that's no different than Jesus coming with his reward with him. And we have to understand these kind of things. Let's examine our compassion to see if our compassion is pure, to see if we have compassion, because many a time we claim to have what we don't have. All right? There are many out there that claim to have what they don't have. And many out there have and don't know that what they do have is going to send them to hell. All right? And I want to make it quite clear. I didn't say it, but Jesus said, you cannot serve God and mammon. All right? This young man was ready. This Good Samaritan was ready. And God said the same. I will continue with this next time. God bless you, Global Christian friends.